The great need for service. We are our neighbor's keeper. A new revelation is taking place. A new order of things is being born. Old things are passing away and, behold, new things are about to appear. We are considering our relationship to our fellow humans as never before. Let us catch more clearly the note of compassion and love taught by our elder brother and, in his spirit, pass it on. Let us not sit and wait until tomorrow, but use that opportunity, that privilege, and that promise today. Let selfishness be swallowed up in selflessness. There is a great need for service. A stream that has no outlet becomes stagnant and impure. Self-development is not the whole purpose of service. There is a greater need. We must see to it that our neighbor, too, comes to the knowledge of the light. There are responsibilities as well as joys in service. Storms may come, but it is He who stills the tempest for us. He brings rest to those who are tired. No matter what the trials may be, keep the faith. Let self be as naught that He, the guide and leader, may be better understood by those who look to our activities. He is the light, and as we walk closer to Him the way becomes brighter. If we would be channels, we must demonstrate in our lives what we teach. Let us choose each day some truth, live it first for self, then for others, that they may see our good works as we put into practical operation just what we say we believe and teach. It will work. The Master said, "Lo, I am with you always, even unto the end of the world." For as ye will analyze and study in thy life, that place or that community without the house of worship is not sought after by even the most wicked of men. For they have gradually forgotten that they are their brother's keeper. Let that rather be thy watchword, I am my brother's keeper. Who is thy brother? Whoever, wherever he is, that bears the imprint of the Maker in the earth. Be he black, white, gray or grizzled, be he young, be he attentive, or on the throne or in the president's chair. All that are in the earth today are thy brothers. Those that have gradually forgotten God entirely have been eliminated, and there has come now and will come at the close of this next year the period when there will be no part of the globe where man has not had the opportunity to hear, "The Lord He is God." And, as has been indicated, when this period has been accomplished, then the new era, the new age, is to begin. Will ye have a part of it, or will ye let it pass by and be merely a hanger-on, or one upon whom your brother, the Lord, thy Christ, may depend? Remember, He has given thee father, mother, home, opportunity, possibilities that are within thine own grasp now. And the meanest, the littlest man in the world is one who is unappreciative of what has been done, what is being done. That is why man, when he forsakes God, feels so low, becomes so little in his own sight. So think on these things, and begin where the light begins. And that is within thine own heart and mind, as ye read, as ye study, as ye talk with the Lord of thy heart. Who is thy Lord? He that made heaven and earth, He that walked among men, He that said, "Come to me," He that gave, "If ye open your heart, your mind, I will walk and talk with thee." Or is it self, that ye may be a little bit better, a little bit bigger, a little bit saucier, yes, a little bit better to cuss this or that? No. He that is the Maker, the Creator, to whom the whole world has been given. He asks and entrusts to thee thy place to be fulfilled by thee to His glory, His honor, and then will there be peace, harmony, happiness in thy life experience throughout. Then, today, we are to answer within our individual consciousness, am I my brother's keeper? Not what does the world owe me? But what contribution can I, as an individual soul seeking God, seeking to know His face, make that may hasten the day of the Lord? For we as individuals, as we look about us, realize more and more that indeed we live and move and have our being in Him. And we are becoming mindful also of from whence we came. And we realize that as He has given, if ye will be my people, I will be thy God applies to me, to you, to each soul that has been blessed with the consciousness, the awareness of life. For life itself in all its forms and phases is indeed a manifestation of that we worship as God. We realize that selfishness, jealousies, those things that make people afraid must gradually be put away. First, then, as an individual, self must be conquered. Rather than raising thy voice, then, that ye may be heard, raise thy voice that He, thy God, may be heard. Who, then, is thy God? Is it thyself, thy body, thy ego? Rather look, then, to Him who is able to keep you from falling, but is able to keep you in strength of His might by thy desire, by purpose, thy aims being others, Lord. Others. The entity gained and lost, and gained, through this experience. Gaining through assistance given others. Losing through that of setting self beyond those that would accomplish in the direction of building up when the self was questioned. Gaining in the ability to overcome self and give self in service for others, in spite of oppression or debasement. In the abilities, then, as given, ascribe unto self that is attained through self's own experiences, and in so doing give unto others that ability to know duty in duty's place, love in love's place, and service in service's place, honoring service, honoring love, and making all one with that universal forces is ascribed. In that all creative energy known as God, who gave self in the Son that man might approach that throne in a way that all may be one in Him, knowing self to be a portion of that whole, yet individual in the gift of the Creator that made each themselves, yet can make themselves a portion of the whole. Do not attempt to tell thine Maker as to how you would serve or what you would do. Has He not fashioned thee after that pattern thou hast builded from that as was meted to thee in the beginning? Then kick not against the pricks and call them obstacles. Rather be that servant of the Most High God that would make thy life, thy activities, as blessings to those you would contact by shedding that love He has shown and showered upon thee upon those you contact. For in leaving His activities in this material world, only those who are spiritual-minded may shed that abroad in such a world. For he that gives a cup of water in His name loses not his reward. Not as pay, not as recompense, but service is asked of all men, rather than sacrifice. In sacrifice there is penance, but grace doth more greatly abound to him who sheds the love of the Father upon those that the body may contact from day to day. Why do I meet with antagonism in those whom I most desire to aid? In the associations, that which is able to be aided most draws the greater contacts, by the natural law of like begetting like. That we are human, under the environ of the material phases of experience, only makes us capable, as individuals, of being hurt the more. Hence these are as signs or experiences that give one an insight that an effort in the right direction is being made. But to find fault because one hurts, or to find that self is hindered, is becoming self-aware of material selfishness. Give day by day, little by little, that in word and act, that is the exemplification of that law which He gave, love thy neighbor as thyself, guiding one in the right direction. So, in meeting such conditions in those whom the body materially or physically desires to aid, desire them spiritually. And crucifying self in the material sense that the glory, even as the ideal had, may be had in self by the manifesting of His consciousness. Then becoming through Him, one with Him in the daily experience. The light that cannot fail? This is the Christ. For it has succeeded, in that it has in physical consciousness passed through and attained. And when that light enters, by the individual entity opening the consciousness of self to that abiding presence, the light is entered. What is light? That from which, through which, in which may be found all things, out of which all things come. Thus the first of everything that may be visible, in earth, in heaven, in space, is of that light. Is that light? Keep the way before thee. To him open, ever. Turn not to look upon those things that would cause thee to stumble. Keep the face to the light that is in the Christ, and the shadows will fall behind. And ye will know the truth, and the truth shall set you free in him. For he is the light unto those that would seek him now. Will this be the most successful and remunerative? Most successful and most remunerative, provided first that self is located. What are you trying to do? Something for 969, to be exalted before men? Or something for the love that 969 has for his fellow man in the life of love that is, or should be, the ideal of every soul? Do that. Begin with self. We will gradually aid. You will begin now. Then seek. We will help. What approach should be made to my husband 2046, MD, to clarify his understanding of spiritual and psychic truths? Live it first in self, and let that be the answer, rather than trying to bring the lesson home by word or other than just living it. Is there any way I can be of service to him in the direction of his life? Or is the apparent confusion in his mind something that I can help correct? Not so much by talking, but living the truths. As indicated. Is the only or best manner. The name then was Madiel. In the experience the entity gained in soul development. For who may be the channel, or have the full knowledge of being used as a messenger of the all-powerful, and not comprehend some development of the soul. All are in that position of being able to be used, if they will but recognize their opportunities day by day in their choices of dealings with their fellow men. What is the choice? That is creates love, hope, faith, patience, kindness, gentleness in the experience. That bringeth that opportunity for thee more day by day. And as the entity gave to others throughout that experience, aiding in all of the forms of activities during the development of that God-child in the earth, so may it in the present become more and more aware of his presence abiding with thee. 4. Did ye not aid him? Comprehend what this meaneth. In thy life, now. Now. For, as he would say, I stand at the door to lead thee into those channels of service, in which this great glory again may be in the consciousness that ye have saved the God-child in the hearts of many.